Hello and welcome to this review. So I've just completed the 2 episodes of Star Trek Picard Season 3 and I have to say I was extremely impressed, especially after the first episode. Now I was a bit cautious with the first episode. I thought this is what a start, absolutely brilliant. And then we got to episode 2 and it just blew me out of the water. Now if they can keep the writing up to this level and keep this going, I'm just at the edge of my seat. It was like season 2, you know, John Delancey back as Q. I was really excited about it. John Delancey was so underused in the last series, and Picard season 2, I thought the first 2 episodes were marvellous, and then it just went down the toilet. But then we get season 3. And my God, just to see the TNG characters all getting together is amazing. So we start off with Picard in episode 1, a bit of romance with his Romulan girlfriend. I forgot her name now, she's a great actress. And yes, I do fancy her, I think she's lovely. He gets a communication and it's Beverly Crusher. And she's not spoken to any of them in 20 years now. There's a lot of questions here. Why did she walk away? Why would she walk away from the people she went through life and death with for all them years she served on the Enterprise, which was sort of fascinating, you know? Then we find out in episode 2, oh, Picard's a daddy, you know? And then, of course, we get 7 of 9. She's the first officer on a ship. We're going to cover that in a minute. And it starts moving, he contacts Riker. Beverly says do not tell anybody, so there's something big. Then we jump over to Raffi. She's on a secret mission working, I thought, was it Section 31? A handler, you're not going to believe, is Worf. And we sort of like moving along. We bring Riker in. We found out him and Troy are sort of separated. I mean, life's not been good to a few of these characters at this time, which is sort of interesting. But also I like seeing the worlds of the Federation. It's quite gritty. We get to see the underbelly of it all now. You know what I mean? They finally got the Ferengi right in episode 2. I was looking at a Ferengi. I was just so happy about that. I loved the scene when Raffi was flying back to that planet, and that's that academy was sort of like vortex up and then vortex back down through that portal. These are obviously the weapons stolen from the Daystrom Institute. I just love that scene. I mean, the pure destructive power, like how it lifted up and then they just dropped it right on top of the city, which was just insane. Picard has met Captain Shaw. Of course, we have the standard Dick sort of character, but I have to admit, by episode 2, I did like Captain Shaw. I actually started to grow on me. I found it a bit weird, 7 of 9 being first officer, but by the second episode, I sort of adapted to it, and I think, you know, a relationship with Captain Shaw sort of interesting, but she don't betray him. I don't think she does. She does the right thing. She helps Picard and Riker, and then obviously it's going to cost her career. I don't think it will, but Picard's going to step in and keep it all going. Captain Shaw's quite interesting. He's a by-the-book dude. I found he was quite rude when they had the dinner party in last week's episode. But when push came to shove, I mean, 7 of 9 said to him, look, you can be either the guy that could have helped save 2 legends, or be the guy that's just going to, you know, stick by the book. I get his situation when he says, yeah, but there's 500 lives on the ship for 2 of them, and then they pick up 4, because what's Beverly discovered, and all this, and then the villain turns up. Now this is where it gets interesting. It's Christopher Plummer's daughter. I think she's called Vladek in this, I think. She was awesome. She sat in that chair with a big cigarette, and she said, I've turned my shields off, scan the ship. And that ship she's got, it had everything, didn't it? Weapons coming out of its arse. And basically, it would have kicked the Titan's arse in about a minute. a whole load of Easter eggs in this. I love seeing the L cars. You remember the old L cars with TNG? I absolutely adored seeing all that. So far, episode 1 and 2 have just been superb. I watched both last night together as like a 2-hour promo, and it was just brilliant. Then we get Raffi, and we know I like Raffi. She just fits into it. It's interesting. She's human, is Raffi. She's got problems and there's issues in her past and all this, and she goes and tries and infiltrates this criminal organisation. See her husband, who's got a bar, he got out of Starfleet Intelligence because he got fed up of all the dark places and down the rabbit hole. And then we get to see Sneed the Ferengi, and it was so good seeing a greedy, gluttonous, horrible little character like him, and I loved it. And he drugged her up, and he was trying to get information out of Raffi. And then this guy walks in and starts chopping everybody's heads off. And then just for a second, I saw back of him, and I thought, bloody hell, it's Worf. And Worf was just in there, took out them all, and they just chopped the Ferengi's head off. And she was stoned off her head with Raffi, And Worf said, I told you not to go further. So what's going on? We got like a lot going on, but like little snippet beginning storylines to something bigger. It's like the characters are all making the mark now. But this was absolutely spectacular. Honestly, I'm really excited. I watched both episodes last night. So, what's going to happen next week? But the villain, is it Vlada? She's interesting. And that ship, I have to say, the Titan, I just love the ship. It's nice to see original starships again. Look, I've had 5 years of Discovery and I just cannot be bothered with it. I watch it, but it's not, to me, it's not Star Trek. Strange New Worlds and this, I am seeing Star Trek again. I just seeing stuff I can relate to. Watching this 2 episodes, Star Trek was back. I was back where I was in the 90s. There's honestly, and it's going to be interesting how Law comes into this and the Moriarty hologram. Now the hologram is only meant to be in it for 5 minutes, which is he's only he's not a full-time villain. He's going to be in it for this, I think 1 episode or something. But Law, what they're going to do with him? Is Law going to team up with Vladi, or does she find him? Or does Law try to better himself? I know he's got human feelings and all this. Maybe he's trying to, instead of being evil like he was, he's trying to do the right thing by his brother, saying, look, my brother, my android brother was a good person and he wants to honour his memory. It's going to be interesting. Or does Law blame Picard and the TNG crew for his death when he sacrificed himself for a nemesis? It's going to be interesting. More questions than answers. So I will see you next week. Please give us a like, please subscribe, and live long and prosper. Oh yeah, before I go, I'd like to say to my co-host, Go-Club, on the podcast, he predicted that Harry Kim will be the captain of the new Enterprise, and I'm holding him to this. Do you know what I mean? I hope you're listening, buddy. See you Tuesday.